A mini tutorial just to go through a few options as to how to solve some of your open polysurface issues. Cap is the simplest one, and that works because this surface or semi-surface up here was planar, so we're able to cap that. Sweep to, as you might remember, if we have one curve, let's just copy that one over and let us 180 that, and you can just create something like an arc, and let's bring that up. Oops, 90. And so now we can see that this curve will follow these two rails. So sweep to first rail, second rail, cross-section curve, and it'll sweep along those two rails. Similarly, we can do that over here. But the first thing I'm going to do is something called dupe edge, and that's pretty handy when you're doing these kind of things. So that means to duplicate the edge of a surface. So I'm going to just select these edges as well as these ones. And with those selected, type in join. What happens now is I have one curve here, another curve here, and those are going to be my two rails. So now I can say sweep to. This is my first rail, my second rail, and this is my cross-section curve, and it's going to follow those two rails. Then I can go ahead and just join that, and that will create one closed polysurface. Patch we've covered a little bit. I'm just going to review. So patch this curve up here, and of course we looked at adjust tangency, which will give you that sort of rounded look because these edges are tangent with a U and V spans. If we don't adjust the tangency, we'll get sort of a flat surface. So what we want to do here is flip this, flip, and then we can join those. There we go. Loft can be very helpful too. Here's a box that just sort of has this little open corner. So what I'm going to do here is just type in loft, and I'll do these one by one. This edge and this edge. Okay, and then loft again. This one and this one. And then I'm just going to select these two, flip them, and select all my other let's do it this way. Not those, and I can just join those. So you can see now this is closed over there. I can even loft this kind of situation here, so let's try that. Loft between this curve and this one. Let's try that again on this side. Loft this curve, this curve. Aha! I'm actually glad this happened because you might run into this problem. It's very simple to solve. So what is happening is that this curve and this curve is not aligned, so you get this twisty situation. So just click on Align Curves and click on one of these corners to switch that around and align that curve, and that will solve that issue. Let's actually flip that one over there. And so I'm just going to go around and just, loft again, here, here, loft that, flip that over. Now, there's definitely a faster way of doing all of this, but I just am sort of trying to show you what different situations there are. Now, see, we have this little corner here, and we can simply loft that as well. So I'm going to loft between this curve and this one, and there we go. So let's now try to join all these, and there we have one polysurface. Okay, similarly I can do a loft here as well, between this edge, this one. Flip that around, and there we go. Be careful to not try and export single surfaces. These will definitely not print. Quick fix to single surfaces is offset. We've looked at that already, but I'll just show it one more time. Offset surface, and let's do a solid. Let's do 2.75. Rounded corners, not on both sides, and we'll just delete the input. And that should give us a nice closed solid poly surface. Great. And then of course remember I can go in and fillet edges, etc. Okay. So that one was planar, but you can also do that with one that's not planar. So let's offset surface here. And let's see, let's do a slightly smaller distance, maybe 1.85. Let's not do solid this time. And let's do it from both sides. No, not both sides, just one side. So what we have now are two surfaces. So the first thing I'm going to do is flip this one. And now I can either loft these two edges. Let's see what that gives us. So loft this edge and this edge. What does that give us? I can do tight, loose, normal, uniform. That's not a very good result, so let's try something else. I'm going to actually do another sweep. So what you can do here is go from end to end. And this curve, I'm going to sweep across these two rails. So sweep to first rail, second rail, cross-section curve. Much better. Flip that over. There we go. Oops. You can see it's a much better result. Maybe here I can loft this and this. That looks okay. Probably do the same here. Loft this edge and this edge. And then just do another sweep 2 here. Sweep 2. It's my, oh shoot, sweep 2. First rail is this rail here. Second rail and that edge. And let's flip that as well. And there we go. Then you can join those. Blend surface is another fun one to use. So blend surface. So what we're doing is blending two edges of two surfaces. So let's do the top one and this one. And there are a few options here. So you can see this number 1 refers to the first edge and number 2 to the second edge. And right now both of them are set to curvature. I can set them to different values. Straight up position just is going to calculate the distance between the two edges and just make a straight surface. Tangency is going to calculate the tangency, and curvature will give you a slightly different result as well. But as you can see, I can use a combination of those and see which one suits my purpose. And there we have it.